Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Rose Room. All right, y'all. So today we are doing a book review. So I read Kaelin and Kyrah's This Kind of Love. I love this couple. I've been watching them since I want to say 2015, 2016. I've been watching them, and they wrote a book about their relationship, and it was an absolutely amazing book. Let me tell you guys. If you're one of those people that thinks that influencers and couples and they have perfect lives, you are so mistaken, and it takes maturity to understand that, and just being a grown-up and being an adult to understand that no relationship is perfect. But this book was about them from their growth from 7th grade until now, and then being 4 or 5 years into marriage. And to be honest, it shed a lot of light on personal growth that happens within a marriage and then within a relationship, and that realizing that nobody's perfect and we really do need patience. What they have, this book says the overwhelming power of promises, patience, and faith. And definitely their life has shown a lot of God's promises coming to fruition for their life, and success in the work world and in YouTube. Definitely patience with each other and their family members and stuff like that, and faith in God and believing that what he says to them and the things that they want and that they ask God will come to pass. So they have a lot of different stories on different times when they use God's promises, or when they use their faith to manifest things and make things happen, and speaking well of different situations and manifesting the lives that they wanted for themselves, even when they didn't know what they wanted from themselves. So that was more of Kyrah's perspective, because she had felt sometimes she didn't have her life all planned out the way that Kaelin had, which is sometimes how I feel with me and my fiance, which is just two different mindsets, but still working towards the same goals in general. But it just showed me that relationships like that are possible. Godly relationships are possible. Growth in the marriage is definitely needed in order for you to stay together. Growth as individuals and together. And that it definitely showed, their book definitely showed that trouble and turmoil in life can bring you closer to your partner, and it doesn't have to separate you. I feel like a lot of relationships now, they let turmoil and problems separate them instead of bringing them closer together. And for them, in instance, what I read is it definitely brought them closer together, and they were thankful for those situations because it only helped them in their relationship get better with each other. And it was just such a good book, y'all. It showed maturity spiritually, emotionally, their emotional integrity, their integrity in general, when they had to have moments where they had to be honest with each other and stop holding stuff back from each other and just be open and honest, and it helped them grow together. Yes, they had very long talks about those things, but they worked through it, and they're still working through stuff, and it just showed how relatable they are and why I love them so much. Even with all the stuff that I've read that happened, I would have never even imagined some of the stuff that they went through would have happened to them, and the way that they worked through it. It was just really inspiring for me as a young person, being in my first real relationship. As them, they were in their first real relationship, and then they got married, which is going to be me in my first real relationship and getting married soon. So it was a lot in there. It was a lot. I loved every bit of it. It was very eye-opening, and it just made me love the couple even more. So if any of y'all want to read the book, I definitely suggest you go buy it. I bought it at Barnes & Noble's. It was $26, kind of expensive for a book, but I thought it was worth it because I love them, and I knew it would be a good book because of how they are in their YouTube presence, and how their brand is set up. I'm like, this book is going to be a good book. And even the way they set up the book, it's each chapter is they talk about certain situations, but it's Kaelin's perspective and then Kyrah's perspective, and it switches back and forth. But their stories intertwine perfectly, perfectly. And they leave out no details at all. Like, they give you all the stuff that you need to know so that you can get a good gist of like their story and their life and their testimony. I loved it. I think y'all love it. I think y'all need to go out and buy it. This Kind of Love by Kaelin and Kyrah Edwards. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. I can only hope to one day write a book as good as this, because I do want to write a book. I'm scared of like how to set it up. My book will definitely be shorter than this. This was like 200 something pages. I could imagine my book being like 150 pages or something like that. But they did really good on this book. Very, very well thought out book. And I definitely appreciate them for sharing their life with us the way that they have, because they did not have to. They didn't have to explain anything to us, but they decided to. And I'm very grateful, because it just made them more relatable, and it just made me love them even more. But I'm happy to be a part of their family, their YouTube family, and support them, and, you know, watch their videos and see them grow as a couple. And hopefully y'all now, if y'all like the review, you know, like my personality, anything, just subscribe to the channel, like the video. Definitely have more book reviews coming, because I am reading some more books. I got 3 other books to read that I'm gonna be doing reviews on. But yeah, y'all should definitely go buy the book. Subscribe to the channel, all right? Because we're gonna have some great conversations over here. Great conversations, great videos, down to earth, no all that nonsense, just weird stuff is not gonna be on this channel. But it's gonna be like good stuff, like good, mature content of like my personal growth, things that I'm learning, things that I'm going through, and hopefully they'll be relatable. And yeah, but I love y'all. You're leaving the Rose Room. Peace out.